Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I've last posted a lightsaber tutorial, and I felt that it was finally time to update that playlist. Instead of those 4 very basic videos, I wanted to teach something a little bit more advanced, but it's not too hard. Anyone can still pick it up because it does involve one move, which if you've seen that playlist, then you already know how to do. It actually involves kind of 2 videos, but you're for sure doing one of the moves within this video. Now, as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be teaching the Obi-Ani. The Obi-Ani is also known as the high-low whip. It is a very popular move that both Obi-Wan and Anakin have done within the show. It was mainly Anakin's move, but Obi-Wan has been known to also do this move quite a bit. But everyone knows this as the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber spin thing that he likes to do. But enough talking about the move, let's finally learn how to do the Obi-Ani. The Obi-Ani consists of one move from another tutorial in my playlist, and then I want to say half of another move, but not quite. So what I'm going to have you guys do is start here and just point it like kind of off to the side a bit, and you're gonna do one basic spin. So if you already know how to do a basic spin such as this, great. You can move on to the next step. If you haven't, I will quickly explain how to do the basic spin, but I'm not going to go in depth with it. So you're going to point it a bit forward, you're going to loosen your grip on the lightsaber and let it fall, and using the momentum of the lightsaber falling downwards, you're going to retighten your grip until you're back in this position. That is the basic spin. Now, and it's also the first step in the Obi-Ani. Moving on from the basic spin, once you've done that basic spin, you're going to do kind of a figure 8, which I have taught again in another video, which is within my lightsaber tutorial playlist. In the figure 8 video, you guys do this, and it's pretty much just a simple move where you're just doing like a figure 8 off to the side a bit, right? So the first step in the figure 8, if you're right-handed, right, you would do this part of the figure 8 and the blade comes in front of you. What I'm gonna have you guys do is do that first part of the figure 8 behind you. Now, to do that, it's super simple. So you do the basic spin, and then you're gonna kind of point it away from you, and then you're going to bend your elbow and bring your arm a bit in, and you're gonna point the lightsaber down like this, and it's gonna go you're gonna continue that motion, and it's gonna go off to your side like this. And then what I'm gonna have you guys do, especially when you're first learning the Obi-Ani, is you kind of stop here. Don't fully stop when you're doing it, but in the purpose of learning the moves, I want you to pretty much stop here, and I want you to rest the top of your hand or the back of your hand onto your hip. So the back side of your hip like this. Just put your top of your hand right up against it. Okay? And then the next step is dragging your hand across your body and leaving it in that position where it's pointed off to the side. You're gonna drag it to where it gets pointed off to the other side. And then once it gets to about the other side, mainly kind of a diagonal, so not directly to your right, not directly behind you, but more off at a diagonal, you're gonna drag your hand until it gets to a kind of a diagonal point. If it gets further than that, you're kind of doing it too late. So you just want to drag it till you have like this 45 degree angle thing going on. So see, it's not directly behind me, it's off to the side just a bit. So you're going to drag your hand across, and then once you're here, you're going to kind of let the lightsaber just kind of whip around, and you can then move your arm a bit outwards, and you just whip it around, and then you end about here. And that is the Obi-Ani. Doing the Obi-Ani consecutively, you are not actually doing the second step correctly. I taught you guys how to do that second step where you rest your hand against your hip and you drag it across your body. For fluid purposes, that is not what you want to do, but I need to teach you guys that so you can get the idea of how to do the Obi-Ani, of letting it just come around you and then you still whip it around. So when you do that figure eight behind your body, right, I need you to imagine you're drawing a circle with the tip of your lightsaber. So if you've seen my other tutorial videos, you've known that I referenced this like Disney drawing thing where they draw the logo or whatever. You want to imagine that tip is drawing a circle. So like most lightsaber spinning, figure eight, doesn't matter if you're just doing basic spins, that tip is just drawing circles over and over. So you kind of have to think a little bit abstract. So when you do that figure eight, you're gonna draw this circle where the lightsaber is pointed left right here. You're gonna turn your wrist and make that lightsaber point upwards above you like this. And then once it gets about here, you're also whipping your arm around like this, and it kind of goes at a diagonal like this. And then you let it come in front of you, kind of where you do that figure eight motion like this, right? So when you do this, you're kind of doing like that in front of you. It's kind of weird to explain, but trust me, that's just how you do it. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. You're gonna do the basic spin. You are then going to do that figure eight motion behind you. And with the tip of the lightsaber, you're gonna draw, bending your wrist a bit so your lightsaber can point upwards. And then you're whipping your arm around and your hand is not resting on your back, okay? When you're doing this whole motion of letting it come up, you're not resting it on your back, okay? This is away from you. Doesn't have to be a super big gap. It's mainly like, maybe like this much of a gap, but it's mainly so it looks more clean and you're able to do it more fluidly and it doesn't look as clunky when you're just resting your hand on your hip compared to just letting it be just a little bit of a gap away from your body. So again, basic spin, do that figure eight behind your body, bend your wrist, point up, you're also whipping your arm around, and then you whip the lightsaber around in front of you like this, and then you're gonna end right here. And that is the Obi-Ani. There's not much to it. It's kind of pretty much just 3 steps. Just practice the steps over and over. I would recommend learning that first method where you are letting your hand rest against your back, and just do it slowly so you understand the movement of what you're trying to accomplish. And then when you feel like you're ready and you understand the movements completely fine, stop resting your hand against your back, and you want to have that tip of the lightsaber point up and go around behind you instead of just like this and you just do it like that. It will look way better if it's pointed up and you bring it around like that instead of like that motion where it just is a horizontal line and the blade does not ever point up. But yeah, you have finished learning the Obi-Ani, one of the most popular moves in all of lightsaber spinning. And yeah, that is going to be all for this video. I'm going to be filming the next tutorial literally right after this. It is very similar to the Obi-Ani, so look forward to that sometime. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you want to, and comment down below what else should I make a tutorial on, or other video ideas that you guys have in mind for me. I do read pretty much all the comments on my videos and I try to respond to most of them, or even give a heart to show that I've seen it. And I do appreciate your guys' viewership and support. YouTube is kind of fun and I want to keep on making more videos. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so when I upload, which recently it's been pretty much every week. You can be notified on your mobile device when I upload, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is going to be all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.